Your communication skills are incredibly important to your success in life. So in this video, we're going to discuss 4 specific steps that you can take to start improving, to communicate in a clear and concise way that builds relationships, makes you memorable, and leads you towards your goals. Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Benjamin Ritter, and I'm a leadership and empowerment coach for Live For Yourself Consulting. And if this is your first time at our channel, we really try to produce content that helps our viewers create a career that they can love. So we tackle all topics related to personal and professional development. And if you take one thing away from our videos, we'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and the little bell next to that subscribe button to be notified of new content. If you feel like your communication is off, you may feel awkward, you may feel like people are judging you, you may have a very strong negative voice in your head judging you all the time. I mean, this can drastically affect you at work, it can affect you in networking, it can affect you in your personal and intimate relationship. We never really took a course on how to communicate. We never really took a course on any topic of personal and professional development. And so you've learned to communicate over time, like based on how you've communicated and based how people have communicated around you. So the first step that I would say is become really aware of how you actually communicate, not how you think or perceive yourself communicating, but go out and ask people like, well, how do I act when I'm in conversations? What do you feel when we're talking? And sit back and take that information and start analyzing it. And then try to be a little bit more self-aware of how you're acting in situations. What are the thoughts going on in your head? Put that together, gather some data so you have a starting point so you know what exactly you need to improve upon. The second step is go out there and learn what types of communication styles are out there. I mean, watch people on stage, go watch videos on YouTube, go to events and just be there in person and interact with people that are around you and say, this is how I want to act. Or I can take this little tidbit from this person and this is what I feel is important. I'm going to write that down and I'm going to have something to work towards. So you know where you are and you know what specifically you want to work towards now. So the third step is really to prepare. I mean, what stories do you want to tell in social situations? What memories do you want to create in the people that you're speaking with? Now, if you need to actually work on like enunciation and words and tonality and pace, then you need to actually start sitting at home and recording your voice and playing it back to you. You need to actually prepare and practice for the situations that you're going to be in. You have all this information, now it's time to actually improve. So everything I've really been discussing is about you. It's about compiling information and working on yourself. But I'd also recommend, this is the final step, to get like a communication buddy and go out into social situations and have specific goals and a purpose for how you want to communicate and the impact that you actually want to have in that environment. And then sit down with your communication partner afterwards and reflect on what actually happened, what goals did you meet, where do you see improvement. So in reflection, really what you're doing is figuring out what's wrong, figuring out what you want to add to your plate, taking the time to practice and prepare, and then going out there and actually doing it with someone that can hold you accountable and that can give you really positive feedback. So just like any other skill, improving your ability to communicate requires that you do some analysis, some data analysis, some goal setting, some preparation, and actually practicing. Communication is a skill that you develop over time and through experience. So go out there and do it. And while you're doing it, do not forget the most important thing ever is to keep on living for yourself.